Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shabu Habrakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. It's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame looking like heathens. We spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. In the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, who is the preacher, so Yeshua. I got a quick lesson. Any other preachers come out, you already know it's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, whether you believe it or not. And I want to go into the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much want to prove the stuff that you can't have sex on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? And there's many other things and stuff. You're not supposed to work on the Sabbath and stuff, but remember we in captivity and stuff. So when it comes down to it, if you got to work and you're on the Sabbath and stuff, then guess what? Then you can't help it and stuff. Now, if you got like an app job or a job where you're your own boss and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you could take those days off. You see, and remember it's sundown to sundown, not sun up to sun up. It's like it for the squeaks. But I want to get this. This is because it's also a situation of showing of time. So this Genesis 1:13. It says, "In the evening, in the morning, were the third." Well, no, it's like 14. It says, and Elohim said, and as you can tell, it's the Allah. It's the Allah Ha Yah Ma Elohim. It's not Elohim. Ain't no E's in Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew at that. And we're not Phoenicians and stuff going to the Africans. You know what I'm saying? Showing that even the heathens and stuff had a form of their Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this is for the Paleo, it's Alahayim right now in these letters. It's Assyrian Hebrew, but it's the Paleo Hebrew and stuff is our language. You know what I'm saying? Which the only so-called vowels and stuff is an A and an I, nothing else. Right? So this is it says in Alahayim, and when you go to Genesis, the second chapter 2 and 4, let me just put this out. It says, "These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day that Yahweh power made the earth and the heavens." You know what I'm saying? So the credit goes to the Heavenly Father and stuff, but you also have the powers and stuff. You see, right? So there's Genesis 1:14. It says, "And Alahayim said." Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And what does that show? Signs, seasons, days, and years. It talks about time. Verse 15 it says, "And let there be forth lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so." And verse 16 it says, "And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is the sun. It says, in the lesser light to rule the night, which is the moon. He made the stars also." You see, right? It says, "And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heavens," meaning the sky. It says, "to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and divide the light from darkness." And Elohim saw that this was good. You see, right? So, I want to grab this. This is Exodus. Uh, 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 Matter of fact, since I started off with that, let me get this. Bear with me. And when it comes down to the moon and stuff, you can tell that it has three phases and stuff. And I'll show you. So this is I want to get this. This is rock. I think it's 43. Bear with me. Here we go. This is this I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, Sirach, Ecclesiastes, in Apocrypha, chapter 43, verse 5. It says, "Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season." Once again, that's season is time. It's something that's about time. It says, "For a declaration of times." There you go. It says, "In the sign of the world." It says, "From the moon is a sign of feast." It says, "At light that decreases in her perfection," right? And light that decreases in the perfection and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It emits light. You know what I'm saying, right? It says, verse 8. It says, "The month is called after her name, because moon means month." It says, "Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. You see, it says the beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order. It says, and never faint in their watches. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what they're supposed to do, is to give light, you know what I'm saying, onto the earth. The sun gives light day by day, and then there's also other lights and stuff, even if it's a cloudy day, you know what I'm saying, right? You also got other lights and stuff that's in the firmament, you see, and that's in Genesis, the first chapter. Well, I want to refer to, I'm really referring to the moon on this, you know what I'm saying, because it also gives times and seasons. Now I'm going to show you this, you got the, like when it come down to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Now, as you can tell and stuff, these are different seasons, right? So in a new moon, let me go back to March because we still underneath these days. Now you see that it's Wednesday to Thursday, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Because the new moon started on the 19th, but it was sundown. It was sundown to sundown. You see, and as you can see, when you see the it's still this is April 19th, but this is the new moon. You see, as you could tell, and it's still there, but it doesn't emit light, right? Right, or it got a slither of light. You know what I'm saying, right? So then it's like it. So then that's the new moon, and as you can tell and stuff, when the next Sabbath comes in, which is the 26th to 27th, these have passed already. You know what I'm saying? This will be the Sabbath. The Sabbath has it's 4 times in 1 month. You see, right? So it starts off when it's all dark. That's the new moon, and then it's gonna be a half a moon. You see, a half a moon. You know, it's gonna be half a moon. That's how it's gonna show, right? And then it's like it, and then you have so that was the second one stuff, right? So the next one is gonna be starting Wednesday sundown to Thursday sundown. And that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Esau, Edom, full blood spirit, Caucasian and stuff that have the power of this world. What would happen is that he turned everything upside down, as it says in Psalms 82:5. So you might think it's more in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But really it's sundown to sundown. That's how the Lord did it. Because as you saw and stuff, it says the evening. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the evening in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That's not 12 hours. I mean, that's not 24 hours and stuff. It's sundown to sundown. You see? Right? That's a whole day. Right? So as you can tell and stuff, so when the third and the fourth come and stuff, guess what? It's going to be a full moon. It's going to be a full moon. See? Now, I know it's saying Friday and stuff, but that's not when it's going to be. You know what I'm saying, right? So it's Wednesday to Thursday, right? And then it's going to Wednesday to Thursday and stuff. It's going to pretty much look like a full moon, right? The full moon is not a new moon and stuff. The full moon is actually the third Sabbath within a month. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the new moon, right? And right. So then next, it'll be the 10 to the 12th, and this is when the other half and stuff comes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look up in the sky, the moon be halfway and stuff, and then it'd be another halfway and stuff on another side and stuff, right? So now, so by the time, and then that's it's like that's it's the new moon. It's like I probably got it twisted. It's the new moon, it's the new moon, and then it's the half moon, then it's the full moon, then it's the half moon again, and that'll be the fourth cycle and stuff, and it's gonna bring forth. It's like I might be tripping. I might be tripping. I knew it was on the 19th, so hold on. Boom. That's the first, and then it's second Sabbath, then it's the third, then it's the fourth, right? And then comes in the the new. You know what I'm saying? And these apps and stuff, they don't be accurate and stuff like, when it come down to this one, they don't really be accurate, but the moon has different phases and whatnot. And once again, it's 4 Sabbaths in one, you know what I'm saying? And that had 4 Sabbaths in 1 month. You see, matter of fact, I want to get this too. Um, because you got the lunar calendar and stuff, which was based by the moon. You know, they all made and stuff to tell time. You see, and even in when they change colors, like the moon turn into blood and stuff, that's also a sign of the times to come. It's called a moon cycle, Salaki. I thought it was gonna say months. Let's see it. It says a measure of time corresponding nearly to the period of the moon's revolution and amounting to approximately 4 weeks or 30 days or one and a half of a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's referring to the moon is in there. So I want to go to this. This is Exodus. You know, I just the spirit just had it go that way. So this is Exodus chapter 20 and 6, and it says no 20 and 8. It says remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Sabbath means Shabath and it means rest. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean intermission, it means rest. That's what it means because the Lord rests on the seventh day. Right? It says 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. It says, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua thy power, and in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy men servant, nor thy maid servant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. You know what I'm saying? So really on the Sabbath day you ain't supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's supposed to work. You're supposed to just chill. You know what I'm saying? Right? Verse 11 it says, "For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth and the sea and all that is in them is and rested on the seventh day." You know what I'm saying? Right? And it's the word in the walk. You know what I'm saying? Right? Which means rest. You see, but Shabbat means rest as well. So when it comes down to it, um, and rested the seventh day. Now, a lot of people want to sit up here and be like, Friday to Saturday is the Sabbath, or Saturday and Sunday and stuff is the Sabbath. That's completely wrong, because the thing is that's according to the scriptures and stuff. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and stuff does not exist. You know what I'm saying? So how could you declare and stuff that it's always Friday and Saturday? It could be Monday to Tuesday, or Tuesday to Wednesday, or Wednesday to Thursday, or Thursday to Friday, or Friday to Saturday, or Saturday to Sunday, or Sunday to Monday. It can happen that way. And sometimes you also have what we call double Shabbats, where the last Sabbath, it will be back to back. Sometimes it be uh, uh, a day in between. You see, right, right, and it's just depending on how the calendars and stuff is set up, right. But also watch out for these lunar calendars and stuff because they be tripping sometimes. You see, right, right. So it says, verse 11, it says, "For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day." It says, "Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." You see, right? So I want to grab this. This is Leviticus chapter 19. And I probably should have went straight to the point and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But things popped up, so I just had to make the point. So this Exodus 19, I'm going to start at 10. It says, "And Yahweh Shemashah said unto Moses," it says, "Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow." It says, "And let them wash their clothes and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai." It says, "And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death." It says, "There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through." It says, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. Verse 14. So it was a special event, right? Well, the Sabbath is a special event. It's a holy day. You see? Verse 14, it says, and Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day, come not at your wives. And that come not at your wives is pretty much having sex. You know what I'm saying? Because them and their wives was going to be close together. And it doesn't say that the women had to be like, say if it was rows and what, say if it was like 5 rows, the husbands in the 5th row, like you got different husbands and wives, whatever you were and whatnot and stuff, your wife would be in another row or far away from you. No, it wasn't no bullshit like that. They come after your wife, come not at your wives and stuff, meant to have sex. And I don't know if it's gonna give it here. It says to come near. Bear with me. Let's see if it says it here. It means to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Because and then one of the definition stuff was near, so you already know that being near, in order way to have sex and stuff, you got to be near your wife. You can't do it from a distance. This ain't demolition, man. You know what I'm saying? We put hair gear and stuff, and you imagining shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that. You know, right? Right. So it's just a quick lesson. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the Sabbath and stuff, you're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to uh, you're not supposed to have sex. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get this one too. Fuck it, I'm talking about. Just like you bear with me. This is Numbers 15. So this is Numbers 15. Uh, go straight to it. Numbers 15 and 32. It says, and while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks on the Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? He's laborers. You know what I'm saying? Collecting firewood and whatnot and stuff. That's laborers. You know what I'm saying? And this is going into the law of ignorance. It says, verse 33, it says, and they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron. It says, and unto all the congregation. Now, when it says, and they put him inward because it was not declared what shall be done to him. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp, and all the congregation brought him without the camp. It says, and stoned him with stones, and he died. And the Lord commanded Moses. You know what I'm saying? Right. So pretty much, the Lord takes the Sabbath seriously and stuff, right? And the thing is that uh, it was a laborer's work. You know what I'm saying? So if picking up sticks and stuff is a serious thing, guess what that means? That means that you can't go and work out. You know what I'm saying? You can't lift weights on the Sabbath either. You see? You know, because going back to the Exodus, the 20th chapter, it was clearly saying that even your animals and stuff supposed to rest. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yep. See, this is Exodus 20 and 10. It says, "But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power." It says, "In it thou shalt not do any work." And that word, let's see if I picked the right one. It should be Aisha. Yeah. It says generally employment. It should be Aisha, not Mala'aka. It's Aisha. It should be Aisha. And generally employment. Servile. Servitude. You know what I'm saying? As the result of labor. You know what I'm saying? Business. You know, industrious occupation. You know what I'm saying? Manner of work, workmanship, right? And that's also, I probably made mention already and stuff, but that's also to prove and stuff that the ones who call themselves Israel, saying they're not the real Israelites and stuff, because when it comes down to the law of land, this is what's supposed to happen. That means that when it comes down to the heathen, when it comes down to Israel, when it comes down to the animals and stuff that you possess, they're not supposed to do any work. You see, and even uh now that you know what, I'm gonna do a part two and stuff. Saying on the Sabbath, on the Sabbath, on the things that you can do on the Sabbath. Saying, but I'm keep reading. It says, but the seventh day, I'm right here. It says Exodus 20 and 10. It says, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, thy power. It says, in it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, meaning you, thou means you. It says, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. You know what I'm saying? And that also includes the heathen as well. You know what I'm saying? They can't work on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Well, in the kingdom, when it comes, no, not even the heathen and stuff is going to work and stuff. Because guess what? They'll be considered a manservant or a maidservant, meaning a male or female. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? And even in stranger and stuff, strangers talk about a sojourner when it come down to an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? So, because right, so when it come down to it and stuff, you're supposed to rest. And that's how you know that this place is wicked and stuff. Well, being underneath this man's rulership and stuff is wicked and stuff, because he clearly doesn't keep the laws and whatnot and stuff. You see, as it says in Psalms 15, no, Psalms 50, verses 16 through 17, or 15 through 16, Lord willing. I mean, Slakia. Matter of fact, let me just go to it. I just want to make sure. Psalms 15 and 16. It says, it says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and cast my words behind thee? They don't keep the Sabbath. You see? They don't keep the Sabbath at all and whatnot and stuff. And that's for everybody on the earth. So that means that this word would have to be declared to everybody and stuff, instead of this new constitution or rules and regulations within their sovereignty that they have made, which is clearly contrary to the scriptures, even though on the back of the dollar bills and every dollar bill that you have, or any money bill that you have and stuff, it says in the back, it says, in God we trust and stuff. But what God is that, if they trying to claim and stuff, that is about the Bible and stuff, which that they're false. You know what I'm saying? So it was a quick lesson. I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Habar HaKodash, number one, to the apostles of great millstone and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. Shalom, well, Baba, Kwam Yasharala.